Attention passionate Montreal, CANADIENS FANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the Atlantic Division and it could shake up the entire conference. We're talking about a direct impact on Montreal Canadiens' path to another Stanley Cup run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Montreal Canadiens fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Montreal CANADIENS FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying attention, you know that the Canadiens are always at the center of NHL news, especially when it comes to major roster moves or contract negotiations. And right now, the buzz is all about Carey Price. Yes, that Carey Price, the legendary goaltender who has been the cornerstone of Montreal's franchise for over a decade. But as most of you already know, Price has been dealing with some serious injury issues lately, and the team's management is apparently exploring options to move on. The big question on everyone's mind is, could we see Carey Price in a new jersey very soon? And if so, what kind of deal could that look like? Recently, there's been a lot of speculation, but now we have some concrete proposals on the table. An interesting trade idea has been floated by analyst Marc-Olivier Bowden involving the San Jose Sharks. According to this proposal, the Sharks would receive Carey Price, along with a fifth-round pick in 2026, and in return, the Canadiens would get 3 promising prospects: Samuel Laberge, Jimmy Huntington, and Cole Clayton. Now, this isn't just some random trade rumor. It's a well-thought-out proposal that aims to help Montreal not only free up salary cap space, but also add some young talent to the pipeline. Let's break down what this means for both sides. For the Sharks, they're clearly looking to clear contracts to make their roster more flexible, especially if they're eyeing some big moves in the near future. Carey Price, even with his injury history, still has a reputation as one of the league's top goalies when healthy, so they could see him as a valuable veteran presence in their locker room. Plus, the fifth-round pick adds a little extra value, though it's not a high draft pick. But for Montreal, this trade could be a win-win situation. The team would shed Price's hefty contract, which has been a concern for years, and they would pick up some promising young players who could develop into key contributors in the future. Now, let's look at these prospects individually. Samuel Laberge, at 28, is a Quebecois forward who stands 6'2" and weighs around 206 pounds. He's been showing some promise in the AHL, with 23 points in his last 97 games, and he even got a taste of the NHL last season with 2 games for the New Jersey Devils. Although he's not a star yet, Laberge's size and experience make him a potential depth player who could develop into more with proper guidance. Jimmy Huntington, at 26, is also from Quebec, and he's a center who measures 6 feet tall and 200 pounds. Last season, he played 4 games in the AHL, scoring 4 points, and in the previous season, he put up 33 points in 67 games. Huntington's versatility as a center and his scoring ability could make him an interesting piece for Montreal's depth chart. And then there's Cole Clayton, a right-shot defenseman, 25 years old, standing 62, and weighing 198 pounds. He's demonstrated some offensive upside with 15 points in 63 games last season, and he's still at an age where he could be molded into a reliable NHL defenseman. But let's be real here. This trade isn't just about the names or the stats. It's about what it represents for the Canadiens' future and their current roster construction. Moving Carey Price, even with his legendary status, makes sense from a cap management perspective. His deal, which still has years remaining, is one of the most expensive for a goaltender in the league, and Montreal has been trying to rebuild the team with a focus on youth and flexibility. By acquiring these prospects, the Canadiens could be setting themselves up for a more sustainable future, especially if those players develop into regular NHL contributors. Of course, it's natural for fans to feel a mix of emotions about this. Carey Price is a franchise icon, a player who brought the team to the brink of a Stanley Cup victory in 2021 and provided countless memorable moments for Canadiens fans. Letting go of such a legend is never easy, but sometimes, tough decisions are necessary for the long-term health of the organization. Plus, with the team in a bit of a transitional phase, adding young talent through trades or draft picks is crucial. The Canadiens are aiming to build a roster that can compete for championships in the coming years, and shedding some veteran contracts could give them the financial flexibility needed to land key free agents or make other trades. Now, let's talk about the current season. The Canadiens, under new management and with a renewed focus on developing young players, are looking to climb back into playoff contention. Their roster is filled with promising prospects like Joshua Roy, who's been making waves with his impressive weight loss and improved conditioning. Roy's development is a storyline that has Canadiens fans excited because he has the potential to become a top-line winger. The team also has solid veterans like Cole Caulfield and Nick Suzuki driving the offense, but they are still in the process of rounding out the roster to make that playoff push consistent year after year. This is why a move involving price might be strategic. It's about creating cap space, opening up opportunities for younger players, and perhaps even bringing in more draft capital or prospects that can help in the future. It's a delicate balance, no doubt, but one that the Canadiens management seems willing to explore if the right deal presents itself. And speaking of the management, Kent Hughes and his team have been quite transparent about their plans, even if they haven't officially confirmed any trades yet. Hughes has been open about his desire to make strategic moves that benefit the franchise long-term, and this price situation is a prime example. The team's fanbase, passionate and loyal as always, is watching closely, hoping for the best but also prepared for some tough decisions ahead. As we wrap up, I want to emphasize that the NHL trade deadline and offseason are always filled with surprises. The Carey Price trade could still be in the works, or might not happen at all, but the fact that serious proposals are being discussed signals that the Canadiens are actively looking to reshape their future. Whether Price stays or goes, it's clear that the team's direction is shifting towards a younger, more cost-effective roster that aims to compete at a high level in the coming years. So, Canadiens fans, I want to hear from you. Do you believe trading Carey Price for these prospects and a draft pick is the right move? Would you be satisfied with a deal like this, or do you think Montreal should hold on to their star goalie no matter what? Your opinions matter so much to us, and I love hearing your thoughts in the comments below. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates on this story and everything else happening around the Montreal Canadiens, so stay tuned, stay passionate, and keep supporting the team through thick and thin. This is your source for all Canadiens news, analysis, and insights, and I can't wait to bring you more. And now, Montreal Canadiens fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Montreal Canadiens. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Montreal Canadiens news.